Right, so the first card you've got for your past is the Six of Wands. Yeah, this is a very, look at this spread, look at the middle. You've got this amazing magician here. So it feels very, I know this is going to sound a bit silly, but it feels quite magical. It feels like a magical reading. It feels like you've got a lot of this energy, this kind of magical energy inside you. I know that's going to sound really crazy to a lot of people, but that's really what I'm feeling. So yeah, fantastic spread, fantastic cards. So yeah, I'm getting transformation here, and that's what this magician's all about. Transformation, rising up like this man in the Six of Wands, up on his high horse. Yeah, you're rising up inside yourself. I'm getting this really amazing feeling of rising up inside yourself. It's like, I know myself now. I know who I am. I'm proud of myself now. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of my thoughts. I'm proud of my feelings. And I think you've had a lot of people around you trying to tell you who you are, actually, if that makes sense. It's like, no, you should feel like this. You should look like this. You should act like this. You should do this. No, that's wrong. You should think this way. I'm getting a lot of that around you. I'm getting it with an ex that you had, and I'm getting it with other people as well. And it's almost like they weren't trying to know you. They weren't interested in what was inside you. They were interested in what was on the surface, and they were trying to change that and all of that kind of thing. So it feels like you've had a lifetime of this, actually. And what I'm getting with this card is it doesn't matter anymore. I'm above that. I don't care. I've risen up. I'm above all that. I'm on my high horse. You used to worry about what everyone thought of you once, but now you don't, because you're up on that high horse. You're above all of that. That's kind of what I'm getting on this card. And yeah, I'm king now. I'm on top. I'm my own person. I don't care what they think. They tried to make me something else. I don't care. I am the king of myself. Like this King of Pentacles here you've got right next to this. And he's a very wise king. He's very wise. That's why he's so successful. And the thing about you is you're wise. You've got all this wisdom inside you, lots of knowledge inside you. And yeah, because I'm getting this king, I'm getting the King of Pentacles. And because you've got this magician right in the middle there, the kind of knowledge you've got, it might not be the kind of knowledge that people recognize, if that makes sense. It's almost like a very spiritual kind of knowledge that you have. Very, very intuitive. I'm getting lots of intuition inside you. I'm really picking up on that. It's like I've got this special kind of knowledge. It's right inside me. Intuition, spirituality, some kind of very, very special thing I'm getting. Very important. It's the most important kind of knowledge, actually. Because, it can't be learned. It can't be measured. It can't be taken away from you. So very, very, very important kind of knowledge. And I think you were around a whole lot of people, especially this ex. I'm getting an ex here. And lots of other people, maybe people in your family when you're growing up, like that. They didn't understand that side of you, that you felt differently than them. You acted differently. You had different feelings inside you. That's that special knowledge, that intuition that you've always had. And now you're celebrating that. You're up above anyone telling you that you can't do this and that's not right and whatever, because you know yourself. That's what I'm getting in that card. I really, really hope that makes sense to someone. So yeah, very, very special. And I think you're recognizing how special you are. I really hope this is resonating, because it's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, there is a separation here, I think. Between you and an ex. I'm getting that, definitely. And I think before that actually happened, before that physical separation happened, you separated in your mind before you separated physically. I'm seeing that. You said, right, that's it. I've had enough now. I'm separating. And I think maybe that's when you started to realize how important this knowledge was that you had, and how important you are, and how important your intuition is, and how important all that kind of thing is that nobody actually sees, but it's inside you. You always had this very, very special power inside you. I'm getting that very, very strongly with this magician, special powers. And it was a threat. It was a threat to someone. It was a threat to an ex you had. And I think it was also a threat to all these other people in your family. They could feel that power coming from you, and it is a threat to a lot of people. And sometimes they don't know why they're threatened by you, but they are. And I think that's why you've had some people attacking you. That's what I'm getting, if that all resonates with you. So yeah, I'm getting this ex that was around you, and it's important. I know people don't like talking about exes. They're like, why do you always talk about exes? But I'm talking about them because I think at the time before you separated from them, that was when you realised what your power was. And so that time's important to talk about. That's why I'm talking about it here. So yeah, they tried to keep you down. They tried to put you down. I'm getting lots of dismissing here. Dismissing, patted on the head, all that kind of horrible thing. It's like, oh, run along, I'm smarter than you. You don't know what you're talking about. Now, maybe you don't have all those kinds of book smart, as they say. You might not be all that academic. You might be. But they know all the facts and figures. That's what I'm getting. Facts and figures. I know this. I know that. I know the capital of blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, I know the population of blah. And you're like, well, I don't know what that is. It means nothing to me. It's not important to me. What's important to me is inside my heart. I've got that intuition. And now I'm not going to go against that. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that because I know that's my strength now. So I really think you were a threat to this person, because here they are on the Six of Pentacles. Look at this. This man on the Six of Pentacles, he's got this huge air of self-importance around him. It's like, oh, look at me, I'm so important. You know, he's supposed to be doing something helpful. He's supposed to be helping these people here. But he's like, oh, I'm so smug. I'm the important one. I know that. I know that. So yeah, they felt your power, and that's why they had to put you down. That's what I'm getting. They've still got this dismissive attitude on the outside. It's like, oh, they won't cope without me. They won't cope in the real world. I'm this, I'm that. I know this, I know that. You have coped. You've absolutely coped. And you've risen above them because, you know, again, with this Six of Wands, he's up on his high horse. He's risen above. Literally, that card, that Six of Wands, is up above the Six of Pentacles. So you've risen above that ex. You've risen above that dismissiveness, that I'm better than you kind of attitude. So yeah, you're on top. You know you're on top. You're away from all that. And yeah, so really, really fantastic to see that. And you know that you've got that inside you. You feel that inside you. And you're working with that now. You're working with that now. You know, I think you really did try to tell them things. You tried to kind of say, no, this is my say. Let me have my say. I'm actually seeing you saying, don't talk over me. Don't talk over me. I'm trying to say something. I'm trying to hear, you know, I'm trying to have my say and you're talking over me. You know, and I'm getting things like, you know, you would tell them something and then they'd go and ask someone else the same thing, as if your opinion meant nothing. But it doesn't matter about them now. It doesn't matter about them now. You're on top of the now. You're on top of all that. And that's because you've got this power inside you. That's what I'm getting. I know that probably sounds a little bit cringy, but that's what I'm getting. And your power scares people. It scares people. And that's why you've always had that opposition to who you are, because you're very different from a lot of other people around you. And I think you've always felt that growing up. That's what I'm getting very, very, very clearly. And what that magician's telling you as well, right in the middle there, is that if you've gotten away from this very dismissive person, this very arrogant person, you can do just about anything. So that's what that's telling you as well. Yeah, I think they thought they had the moral high ground as well, this ex. I don't want to keep on talking about them, but they thought that. They thought they had the moral high ground. I'm getting lots of rules around them as well. I've got the answer. I know this, I know that. And you know, you've got the Hierophant as well. The Hierophant can be about all that, rules and all that kind of thing, traditions. Yeah, if you look in the middle row, it's really interesting because I was looking at this Hierophant and now that I'm looking across, horizontally in the middle row, the magician's right in the middle and he's holding up this wand up high and he's saying, no, look at me. I've got my hand up. I'm holding my hand up. I'm stopping the dismissiveness that's on the left-hand side and all the rules that are on the right-hand side. You've tried to stop me. You've tried to stop me. Everyone around me's tried to stop my power. Everyone's tried to put me down. I'm putting my arm up in the air and I'm saying, no, I've got the power now. It's absolutely beautiful. I just love looking at that row all the way across. I love that. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. And you know, you're safe. You're safe now. There's this buffer between you and all of those people who are trying to dismiss you or tell you off or whatever. And yeah, you're working for you now. That's what I'm getting in the Eight of Pentacles. It's like you're in this relationship. I'm getting this very clearly. You're in this relationship. You're with them. You were working for the relationship. You were working for both of you. They were just working for them. That's what I'm getting as well. They were working for them. You were working for both of you. And then something clicked in your head and you said, no, I'm not going to work for us anymore. I'm going to start working for me. I'm going to start working for me. And that was before you actually physically separated. So that's when the switch went off. That's when you realized your power. I hope that is resonating with you because it's absolutely fantastic. I love that. I'm getting so much strength here. It's absolutely fantastic. If you're working on something right now with this Eight of Pentacles, literally, if you're literally working, if it's a business, if you're working your way out of this connection, you're working to get back on your feet again or something like that, you're absolutely going to get there. And that's because you haven't just got the work ethic. You've got that strength inside you, that inner strength that everyone dismissed. Everyone dismissed what was different about you. Lots and lots of people have done this to you. I'm seeing that very, very clearly. All those things, everything everyone laughed at about you, everything everyone dismissed about you, they're your best assets. They're your best assets. And you know that because that's what threatens everyone. That's what has threatened everyone. That's what's going to push you forward with this thing you're working on. And I think you might be working on, if this is resonating with you, something that marries the spirituality with some kind of business. It might be that. If that's what you're thinking of doing, if that's what you're working on, you're going to go really, really far with that. So yeah, you've dropped this weight, you've dropped this axe. Absolutely fantastic. This very dismissive person, if this is resonating with you. And now you can go forward. You've got nothing stopping you, absolutely nothing. And you deserve this success. You deserve this. You've had people telling you you don't. You've had people telling you that. No, you do. You absolutely do. Okay, so I know that probably sounds a little bit mystical and optimistic and all that kind of thing. Because you've got this magician there. You can see that. That's where I'm getting this from. All right, so the first card you've got for your present is this King of Pentacles. Okay, now this is totally different here. Someone's, yeah, I've got moving together, and then I'm getting this fading out. It's like moving together and then fading out. You know, that's kind of what I'm getting. Coming together with someone, and then they fade away. So yeah, I think, yeah, someone came on really strong with you at one time. This is what I'm getting. Someone came on really strong with you at one time. Lots of passion around them, because I'm looking at this magician again, and, you know, very strong presence, lots of passion, all that kind of thing, especially in the beginning. Yeah, lots of passion in the beginning, very full on, lots of communication, all that kind of thing. And then what I'm getting is, as soon as you started to come close to this person, and it took you a lot to do that, took a lot for you to do that, I'm trying to say, it does take you a lot to kind of build up to be with someone, to get close to someone. And when you did that, that's when they faded away. And they've got this habit of doing that. They come close to you, you build up to that again, you gear yourself up. Okay, I'll let myself go, I'll let my barriers down a bit. And then when you do that, they fade away again. That's what I'm getting with this person. Now, I just have to say this before I say any more. This is not this axe I was getting in the Six of Wands. This is a completely, or the Six of Pentacles, I should say. This is a completely different person. This is someone who's around you now. I think they are around you now. Yeah, if you look at this King of Pentacles, just have a look at his face. To me, his face changes, actually. It's quite changeable. So I see him differently at different times. You know, sometimes he can be very confident looking. Sometimes he's very calm. He's like, I've got myself together. I'm very calm about myself. I've got lots of inner peace around me because I'm where I need to be in life and all that kind of thing. Sometimes he looks a little bit snooty, actually. He's like a little bit, you know, oh, I'm better than you. Like sometimes he looks a bit like that. So with all these changing faces I'm getting on this, this King of Pentacles, I think that's how they are. Changing faces. So sometimes they're full on, sometimes they're like, oh, I want you, blah, 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 all that kind of thing, very, very passionate. And then, you know, then they kind of fade away again. They bring you up to where they are, they want you to step up to where they are, and you've stepped up to where they are. You've moved forward, it's not just them, you've come forward, because you do have feelings for them, you really do. But then they fade away again. So I think this last time this happened, if this is resonating, I think what might have happened is you've decided to back away from them. Because I'm getting this force field around this Magician. So I think it's like, no, I've got this force field around me now. I'm not approaching them. I'm absolutely not chasing you ever again. I've done that in the past. I'm not doing that now. So you're completely backed off from them. I think they are thinking about approaching you. I think they are going to come back again. It's really annoying me, actually, because it's a pattern. As soon as you give up and walk away, they come back again. That's what I'm seeing. And with this Two of Swords that's down here, it looks like maybe they're debating right now. They're kind of going backwards and forwards in their head, because that's what that can be about, a decision. On the one hand, if I do this, that might happen. On the other hand, maybe it's that. So they're kind of thinking, should I go backwards and forwards? Should I talk to them again? I really want to, but I shouldn't. There's something I'm a little bit afraid of. Also, it feels a little bit like there's something they might not be telling you or showing you, because you've got this woman with this blindfold on. So there might be something you don't know about them. I'm getting that there as well. Yeah, they're definitely going to talk to you in some way, message you or something like that. They're going to approach you in some way. But I think when they finally do that, when they finally do approach you, they're going to be very surprised at how you are, because I think you've always met them halfway. And you're going to be, you know, because I think you used to be, excuse me, a bit like this woman in the Two of Swords. You had your blindfold on. To who they actually were. You were like, no, this time they'll be fine. They won't fade away again. But now your eyes are wide open. So I think they're going to be very surprised by that. And you're not moving forward. You're sitting back. You're letting them do things. Yeah, I'm looking at this Hierophant again. And, you know, there are these two monks in front of this Hierophant, and they're kind of kneeling down in front of him. They can't come near him. They've got a lot to learn before they can come near the Hierophant. And he's sitting up there very high. So I think that's you. I think you're the Hierophant. I think to get anywhere near you again, they're going to have to work very, 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 very hard to get anywhere near you. You're not coming forward. You're not doing anything. You're just going to sit back and let them come to you. And I think what you're thinking is, if they want to come to me, if they want to come to me again, they've been backwards and forwards so many times, they have to prove themselves this time. I am not coming to meet them halfway. I'm sitting where I am, and they're going to have to do the work to come to me. That's what I'm getting there. Okay, so the first card you've got for your future is the Star. Absolutely beautiful card. Okay. Yeah. They've got hope for this. They've got hope for this. Look at this Star. So they've got hope for you. They think that you're going to say yes to them eventually. They think if they keep trying, you are going to say yes. Now, I have to say this. I don't know if you're going to want to hear this. I don't know if you're going to be mad at me. You might be angry with me. There is a little bit of love that's in you. Because I think, you know, instead of sitting back and waiting, if you had no love for them, if you're really angry, if you didn't want them at all, you just say no. You just say no, go away, you'd block them. I don't think you've done that. I think you're just sitting back to see what they're going to do. So there's still a little opening there. There's still a little door there opening. And what I'm getting here with this, and the moon card as well, again, there's something you don't know about them. I was getting a little bit of that in the Two of Swords. There's something you don't know about them. There's something they haven't told you. I don't want to make excuses for them, but I think that's the reason why, or one of the reasons why they keep on coming backwards and forwards. There's something they're a little bit ashamed of, I think. It's like a secret. They're afraid of telling you, I think. And I think if you were to get closer to them, eventually, if you're going to have a proper relationship with this person, they'd have to tell you what this is. I think that might be partly what this problem is. Again, no excuses for behaving like that. There's no excuse for walking off and leaving you high and dry. Absolutely none. But I think that might be how they're feeling and what's going on with them. Because with the star card and also with the moon card, it's not the sun, it's not sunlight, it's moonlight, it's starlight. So you don't know everything about them yet. You know, the sun hasn't come out yet. So there's more that you need to know about them. And I think with this star card, I'm just looking at this woman, and obviously she's naked. So it feels a little bit vulnerable. Obviously, if you've got a woman naked on her own, that can be vulnerability. So I think they feel like, oh, if I tell them this, if I come forward again, I'm going to have to tell them this. If I'm going to have a real relationship with them, and they're going to have to know everything about me, I'm going to have to tell them this thing. I feel quite vulnerable. I feel a bit embarrassed. So that's what they're debating, I think. It's like, finally, when I come and tell them this, I'm going to have to tell them everything. And I'm really worried about this. I feel very vulnerable. So that's what they're going back and forward with in their head. I don't know if this is about mental illness, because sometimes the moon can be about that. Maybe they've had a breakdown in the past. Maybe it's something like that. Or it might just be that they're struggling with this in their mind and they're not saying anything. But they're going to be struggling with this for a while, I think. And then I think they're going to come and tell you whatever this is. Now, with this Hierophant, it looks like when they first come to you, you're not going to be all that open to them, because the Hierophant's got his ears covered, if you look at his ears. So you might not want to hear what they have to say. You might say, you know, you've come backwards and forwards so many times. How can I trust you this time? How am I supposed to trust you this time? No, I'm going to have my ears closed. I'm stuck up here. I'm not letting you near me. So I've got that kind of thing. But if you look at this moon card, he is, if you look at the lobster in the moon card, and I'll lift that up so you can see, he's coming out of the water. So he's coming out of that darkness where he's thinking, oh, I'm so worried about this. I'm going to have to tell them this thing so that they know everything about me. It's very embarrassing. There's something I'm ashamed of. I have to tell them. I'm coming out of these dark waters. I'm coming up this path. It's really bothering me. So they're walking up to you. They're coming up to the Hierophant. Look at that. They're walking up to you, the Hierophant. They're going to tell you this. And when you find out what this is, it's going to explain a lot to you. If you do eventually listen to what they have to say, you're going to look back over things and you're going to realize, oh, now I know why they did that. Now I know why they said that. I can see that now. Because if you look at the moon card, you've got these two watchtowers here. And if you're up in a watchtower, obviously, you can look back over everything and you can see what's happened and why it's happened. You can see the whole landscape, whereas if you're down on the ground, you can't see everything. It's like when you're in a plane and you can see everything. So I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to take some time for them to open up. They're very ashamed of something. Might be something in their past, might be something they've done. But they are going to eventually open up to you. And I do think you will listen eventually. You might say to me now, no, I'm not going to listen to them. I'm not going to see them ever again. I think eventually you are going to listen to what they have to say, because there's that little bit of door opening. There's that little bit of love there that you've got. I am feeling that coming from you. I am getting that if that resonates with you.